Apparently, Mr. Beast is buying a banking app geared towards teens. So, from Business Insider, Mr. Beast buying a banking app geared towards teens. Let's go down here. So, YouTube's top creator, Mr. Beast, is making a leap into fintech. So I'm assuming financial tech, by buying a consumer banking app geared towards teen. His company, Beast Industries, is acquiring Step, according to a joint announcement sent Monday. And this was a few weeks back. So Step, which describes itself as an all-in-one money app, is a digital banking platform designed to help young people get their financial start. The company offers a mix of services, including savings accounts, a credit building Visa card that functions similar to a debit card, and a cash advance program. Step itself isn't a bank. It offers its banking services via a partnership with FDIC member Evolve Bank and Trust. This seems strange. I don't know if I don't know if I like making a banking app for teens, because I don't think that there should really be any difference between a banking app for adults versus a banking app for teens. We know that most adults have no idea how the financial system works. Most adults have no idea how to control their own finances, how to get out of debt, things that they need to do. Like, it's an absolutely insane system, and unless you're, and even if you know about it, it's hard to get out of it, right? So financial health is fundamental to overall well-being, yet too many people lack access to the tools and knowledge they need to build financial security. You know, my buddy and I were talking about this the other day. It's really, really interesting that, you know, schools will constantly tell you that you need to learn like quadratic equations and things like that, but they won't tell you how to manage your own finances, do your own taxes, this, that, and the other thing. So with my buddy, I was like, you know, I was in a position in high school where I was able to take like elective classes, and out of all of the elective classes that I took, most of them had to do with finances. There was business finance, there was personal finance, then there was a personal economics and finance class, which covered a couple of different things. So, and then there was some other stuff in there. But yeah, I was like, no, it's probably good for me to know this stuff. I mean, literally, they made you balance a checkbook and stuff like that. Like, I knew all of this information in high school, and it's so interesting. They're like, well, you know, the teens just don't have this information. We should give it to you. It's like, I mean, maybe, just maybe, we should start focusing on teaching this to young people and getting them ready for the financial future, teaching them how credit cards work, teaching them how interest works, teaching them proper payments, things like that, attempting to give a rudimentary idea of how the credit system works, which nobody actually knows that, because the way that the credit system works is not actually solid for everybody. You're basically put into a group of people with your spending habits, and depending on how, that's why some people can pay off their car and their credit score goes up, while other people can pay off their car and your credit score goes down. It's because you're put into a group of people based off of like your spending habits and how other people spend just like you, and it compares you to other people with your similar spending habits, supposedly. But we're not allowed to release that information to the public because trade secrets or some crap like that. It's absolutely insane. So financial health is fundamental overall to the overall well-being, yet too many people lack access to the tools and knowledge they need to build financial security. Yeah, that's because our school system doesn't teach it, and parents don't teach it. They don't lack access to it. It's literally the laziness of the adults teaching the children. Well, they lack access to it. No, they don't. It's literally, it's being denied to them. The information is there. They can find it. They lack access. They could go to YouTube. Parents can literally go and be like, here, let's check out some YouTube videos, and we're going to watch, and we're going to educate you guys on how to do this stuff. I mean, knowledge is free right now. Knowledge is free right now. And the amount of people that do not seek knowledge are exactly why the public education system was farcical from the beginning. To federalize the education system and force people into schools, knowledge is for those who seek it. It's not there for everybody. But yeah. So Beast Industries CEO Jeff Hausenbold, oh, I didn't know that was his last name. Anyway, said in a statement, this acquisition positions us to meet our audience where they are with practical technology-driven solutions that can transform their financial futures for the better. I am very, very skeptical of this. I don't know how I feel about this. The companies did not disclose the terms of the deal. Step said in 2022 that it had raised $500 million in equity and debt from institutional investors, including General Catalyst, companies such as Stripe, and individuals like TikTok influenced Charlie D'Amelio. I have no idea who that is. But I'm not on TikTok. I don't pay attention to TikTok at all. Mr. Beast pushed to move beyond YouTube. Beast Industries, which was valued at about $5 billion in its latest round of funding, has been looking for new avenues to make money beyond media, including the possibility of launching mobile phone services down the road. Mr. Beast's candy and chocolate business, Feastables, has been a big moneymaker for the influencer, pulling in over $200 million in 2024 revenue, according to investors' materials viewed by Business Insider. Not all ventures have paid off for Mr. Beast. This is currently embroiled in a legal battle with a business partner over the operations of its burger business. The burger business, if you've ever seen any videos on that, it's basically what it was is that he just put his name on a bunch of wrappers, and whoever wanted to make Mr. Beast burgers could just do that. There was no consistency. He didn't come up with his own recipe. He didn't open up his own restaurant. He didn't do any of that. I forget what it's called, but it's basically like pop-up stuff. It's like a random businesses that make burgers can make a Mr. Beast burger as long as you buy into or as long as you sign the contract, or however it is. It's absolutely insane. The content creator, who has over 460 million YouTube subscribers, has been planning to break into fintech for months, filing a U.S. trademark application named Mr. Beast Financial in October. Oh boy. The company teased the launching fintech business with services like student loans, insurance, or credit insights. In early 2025, investors pitched deck. Notice how with services like student loans, insurance, or credit insights in early 2025, investors, none of this is financial literacy. None of this says that they're going to actively work to make his audience the most literate that they can possibly be when it comes to finances. It's not going to happen. That's not what they're doing here. Business Insider first reported the deck said the company would break into industry by finding a partner who had existing infrastructure while avoiding regulatory, credit risk, and capital requirements. Of course you would do that. Why would you not? In January, Beast Industries announced $200 million from Ethereum holding firm Bitmine Immersion Technologies. Hausenbold said the company would explore ways to further collaborate and incorporate DeFi into our upcoming financial services platform. As the company prepares to enter its financial business, Mr. Beast, whose real name is Ginny Donaldson, also said he wants to make videos about finance, such as educating people on investing and showing them what is a Roth IRA. Okay, if he actually wants to do that and he actually wants to educate the young people, I'm not necessarily against it. Okay, so Donaldson, who's spokesman who have spoken on many occasions about his personal finances, said on Monday on X, formerly Twitter, that he saw the Step acquisition as an opportunity to give millions of young people the financial foundation I never had. I don't fucking believe it. Nobody taught me about investing, building credit, or managing money when I was growing up, he wrote. Yeah, that's because it's not a thing. Okay, I am highly skeptical. There are a couple of things in there that, like, yeah, we want to teach young people how to be better with money. Huh, that's interesting. I don't know. Call me skeptical, but to be completely honest, I just don't buy it. When you're valued when you have a $5 billion valuation, the way that Mr. Beast does, they're in this to make money. I just don't believe in the altruism. For instance, obviously, Mr. Beast does all these videos. He's like, oh, look, we did all this stuff and we gave that. Most of that, again, he doesn't make these videos for altruism. He doesn't help people for altruism. He helps people because it makes him hundreds of millions of dollars into the billions of dollars. The guy obviously knows how to manipulate the psyche of young people into following him, liking, subscribing, buying his products, and so on and so forth. And you really want the mind behind that going out there and creating a financial institution specifically targeting teenagers. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Again, I will believe it when I see it. Now, I don't think Mr. Beast is the most evil person on the planet. A lot of people do. I think that's just catastrophically ignorant. But I think the guy wants to make money. That's what he wants to do. And he's showing no signs of slowing down. He has over $1 billion. Why would he still need to work? Well, because he wants more money. And now at this point, it's transitioning from money into power. It's into control, into market control and other things that he can actually be a part of. And again, it's so interesting to say, well, you know, nobody told these teenagers, you know what would be really, really cool if Mr. Beast would make videos? It'd be like, hey, kids, why don't you, if Mr. Beast made a video and say, you know, we want kids to learn more about finances and the financial stuff. Kids, why don't you ask your parents? Why don't you tell your parents, Mr. Beast told you to teach them how a credit card works, to teach them how to balance a checkbook? Why is it that we always have to offload what parents should be doing for their kids to other fucking entertainment mediums or the government? If he really wanted to do this, why does Mr. Beast not make a campaign saying, parents, if you're not teaching your children about finances, you're failing them? And honestly, I don't want to have to do it, but if I've got to set up a thing, again, why are we not doing this? Seriously, make the parents feel bad for being shitty parents. I don't think that that's a bad thing. Shame and ridicule and bullying to a certain extent work. And if you get one of the richest men on the planet saying, parents, you're failing your kids if you don't do this, maybe, just maybe, something would change. But instead, what do? We say, oh, parents aren't doing this, maybe we'll just do it. Nothing is going to change if you don't make parents responsible for their own children. I don't believe it. It's absolutely insane. And again, I don't necessarily trust the guy who's chasing money. He is very, very good at sounding altruistic, but you look at the business model, it's not altruistic. It's to make an absolutely insane amount of money. And I think that this is yet another way that Mr. Beast is potentially going to make more money. I don't know. Again, I'm not going to say this is a scam. It's not going to be a scam. It's going to be a targeted business model that's set up to give a false sense of security to teenagers who think that they know what's going on when it comes to their financial future, and yet they may potentially still dig them a hole. I don't think this is a scam. I think this is a targeted business model to do exactly that. Because I think that he is going to target people to get them to trust him with his money so that they can put money away, start investing off of that money, start making a bunch of money off of that. And then as these kids start getting into financial debt, it's like, oh, well, you could just get this credit card to get yourself more out of debt. And have you thought about that? Instead of wise spending, instead of wise bill tracking, instead of all of this stuff. And what the scary part is for people who are young, who have no bills. Maybe they have to pay their car insurance. Maybe have to pay their gas bill, you know, like I did when I was a kid. Maybe, just maybe, hi, Bishop. Maybe, just maybe. Sorry, I have a doggo here. He's saying hi. Doggo is saying hi. No, you're going to knock stuff over. You're going to knock stuff over. I was in the middle of a rant. Oh, what's going on, old boy? I was in the middle of a rant. And now I don't know how to start my rant back again. Yeah, you go, boys. You gotta go lay down. And you gotta go lay down. No. Go lay down. No, you're not gonna crawl up here. No, you're not doing it. No, we're not doing it. Good boy. All right. Sorry, distractions. But no, I just don't know how. I just don't see that this is actually going to be beneficial. What I think this is going to do is because it's targeting teens. So it's going to be targeting young people who are starting to work. Maybe they're 14, 15, 16 years old. Different states are different with laws depending on, if your parent signs a thing saying that, yes, you can work at a place, you can work in some places at a very young age. This is going to target teenagers, and it's going to put them on the hook for a lot of money that in their early years that they might not be able to get out of. Usually we talk about people, being in their young 20s after they're 18 being into financial distress. I feel like this is a way to get young people into the financial distress before they're even of the age to even really understand what's going on, all because their parents and their teachers don't actually teach them what's going on in the financial world. This absolutely bothers the living shit out of me. I don't trust this. And I don't trust it because it's Mr. Beast. No, I don't trust it because anytime people say this stuff, you have to look at ulterior motives, right? Because I'm sorry, banks and financial institutions don't make money off of you being smart. They make money off of you being financially illiterate. And a guy who has turned a YouTube channel into a $5 billion valued business understands how to make money, understands how to manipulate people, and understands what it's going to take to get these young people to get into the rat race early and to potentially be in a worse financial position. That's just, I don't trust Mr. Beast as far as I could throw him. And it's not because it's Mr. Beast. It's because I don't trust anybody as far as I can throw them. That'd be stupid. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below the VOD. I appreciate you guys watching if you watched the video. But I'm going to go back and join the live chat right now and say hi to everybody in the chat. What's going on, chat?